This is the third example of a database access using a resource injection. NetBeans comes with a sample database, as I told you in the previous demo, and then where customer information is there. So if I connect a sample database that comes with a NetBeans, there is a table called the customer where you have such and such a field defined, and then some initial data is here. So one of the field is credit line, credit limit. So in this example, I will show you how to change credit limit in one of the user, one of the customer. So program is something like this. So you have a welcome file, and then customer bin is there. So here, using the collection from customer bin, we call get all method, where you get the records of customers, and then each record is represented by the customer bin, and then the data are displayed. To make this work, we have a customer bin here, and then as we call get all method, connection is established, and then call select every customer from the table, and then as we populate the result into cached row set, we can access to those elements in the collection by name customer as if it's a Java bin, and then the name customer comes from table name. Table name customer matches with the Java bin name customer, and then instance field of the Java bin matches the record field name. One thing we want to do here is that we want to add another column where you put command button, and as you press the command button, the method named choose is called, and then you pass the customer ID into the choose method. So in choose method, customer ID is passed, and using that customer ID, we want to update credit limit by 1 using the customer ID. So here we get connection again, and then do the operation and close it. So recall that the connection is retrieved from the connection pool. When you are done with the connection, you return it to the connection pool instead of physically closing that. So we want to use the connection pool. Now the data source resource name is a JDBC/sample100. So we need to configure this data source resource. So go to the project, and in this project we need to first configure Glassfish. The sample program I gave you already have those configuration information. So if you want to do from the scratch, let's delete the Glassfish configuration information. Also in the WebXML, this application has some configuration data as well. So that is a resource reference part. So delete this resource reference tag. Then let's try to do so from the scratch. Remember, we want to configure data source named JDBC/sample100, and then that connection is to the sample database for this customer table. So to this sample database, the connection is here. So we are going to use that one. So first click the new icon, choose Glassfish, the JDBC resource. The name of the JDBC data source is sample100. This is the name I'm using in program. So this is new connection pool. Then connection pool name is a sample100 connection pool. You can choose to give any new name since we are creating new one, and then that should be retrieved from sample table database. So resource type is connection pool data source. All default values are fine. So we have configured the Glassfish Glassfish, you can verify that the database name is a sample, and then connection is through sample database. Username and password are app and app there. And the next step is we need to configure web XML. For this web application, we need to add a reference. So add a reference. Resource name is JDBC sample 100. And then the resource type, we need to edit it. So go to the source and edit the resource type as a connection pool. Now all set. So let's run. Here the data from the customer table is displayed with ID, name, phone, and credit limit. You can choose one of the customer to increase the credit limit by 1. So it's increased by 1, by 1, by 1. So here increased by 1. So last digit is 8. So if I go to the table, customer, and view it, the first one, the credit limit, last digit is 8. It's incremented. This is the demo for database 3.